Clappy clap, clap, clap. So, the big question everyone's asking is where has Spyder Chump been? And the answer is no. Boom, boom. So yeah, I've been working on the Spyder as well. I had the tow hitch, it's been on the back of the Spyder for quite some time now, but we finished off wiring in the trailer connectors, trailer wiring, which wasn't a terribly hard job. It's just plug and play, but you do need to take off the back of the Spyder and then the side of the Spyder so you can get the cables through to the wires, and the back so you can plug into the lights. And usually people put the trailer hitch, they put the trailer plug and they tie it to the trailer hitch, but we didn't want to do that, so we got a little clip thing which you put your plug in, and we drilled holes in the bottom of the Spyder and stuck it on there. And the reason we did that is partly because it looks nicer, and it does, looks really nice, which is, you know, not that exciting compared to the rest of what we did, which is we have a camper trailer, we have a MiniMate, compact camp MiniMate. So MiniMates last for a long time. They're pretty well made, pretty sturdy, and if you can find a used one, you probably pay less, get a good deal, and it'll last for years. But we live in California, and we spent a while looking for a used one, but we couldn't find any, so we got one new, which means they ship it out to California from, I think they're in Pennsylvania, somewhere on the East Coast. And ours took a circuitous route to get here. It went first to Texas, where they tried to deliver it, only to realize we don't live in Texas, so they sent it back to California. But it didn't go straight to California from Texas. It had to go all the way up to Illinois, Chicago, and then along the Route 80 it came to us here eventually. It took about 2 weeks. But because it had travelled around a bit, when it got here, the crate was all like, it wasn't damaged, it had just been moved around a bit, carried a lot, so all the screws were bent. And if you've got a MiniMate, you have to unscrew, when you set it up, you have to unscrew the crate. So it was tricky because the screws were all bent, it took a bit longer. And then it took us probably about 2 hours to put the thing together. I'll put a video. Ooh. Nice video, huh? So it took us about 2 hours to put it together. It's supposed to take 30 to 40 minutes, but I think if you're a trailering professional, yeah, sure, but if you're just a bunch of chumps in a garage, it's going to take a bit longer. And we are just a bunch of chumps in the garage. And I would say if you're tempted to get a MiniMate yourself, then get yourself either a scissor lift or a car jack, or have that handy. Because you're supposed to be easy to put the wheels on to lift it up because it's got its own little legs, but we found that when we tried to lever it up onto its legs, the thing just moved across the garage floor and didn't lever up. So we ended up just jacking it up and putting the legs down, and it was easy. None of which would make sense if you haven't seen the MiniMate assembly video, so you'll watch the MiniMate assembly video if you care, and you'll learn all about this stuff. That's exciting, and done a couple of modifications to the trailer already. The first one is we put shrink wrap on the metal support, and better shrink wrap on the trailer cable so it looks nicer. I'm recently learning about shrink wrap, and I can say I love it. It's great stuff. It shrinks and it wraps things, it's amazing. If I was actually a diligent YouTuber who gave up, then I censored myself for YouTube, that's sad. But yeah, if I was a diligent YouTuber who cared more, I'd probably filmed that, but I'm not, so I didn't. That's my exciting news. If I talk too much now, I'll make a really long YouTube video which no one cares about, so